They added base kit anti-healing to Overwatch. Now everyone thinks supports are trash when really you just don't know how to play around anti-healing. Use your shield to prevent yourself from being shot. Walk behind a wall and get line of sight of your support. So shoot the damages first. I made and posted that video a day ago. I got a new haircut since then. Hope you like it. But there were some people who didn't agree with me. But as I scrolled through the comments, all I could see was a bunch of fucking excuses. The healing and time to kill in Paladins is way different than Overwatch. Saying that you should go behind a wall and passively heal, it shows just how much you don't know about how Overwatch 2 is played. They removed all the tank shields years ago, man. And this is kind of silly. Overwatch is a much faster pace than Paladins and the time to kill is much smaller. You expect a tank to hide behind a wall, wait 5 seconds of no damage and heal? You think the enemy won't rush a weak tank? The only valid criticism I got was this: we can't see the anti-healing on us. I do agree a visual indicator of when anti-healing is applied to you and your teammates would be really helpful. But just to prove that you guys are wrong, I went and I played Overwatch and I applied all of my tips and tricks and all the things I said. And guess what? I fucking won, bitch. So we're gonna do my first commentary, strategy, thought process video as I go through this match with y'all and show you guys you can do all the stuff I said. It's very possible. I know I'm being overtly sassy, but genuinely, like, take this as a learning opportunity because, you know, we all want to play better. We all want to do better. I'm being sassy for entertainment. Teehee. Bye. So you'll see here that the first pro strat I utilize is actually holding the W key. Apparently that makes you go forward. It's a really hard one to figure out. Like you see, I forgot to do it there for a second, but we figured it out eventually. So keep in mind, I'm not really familiar with these maps that much at all. I have like 30 hours in Overwatch, but I noticed these two pillars here and I'm deciding I'm going to play around them because those are safe wally points for me. We immediately scrap their diva. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So after that, they're kind of all reduced to squishies. Squishies is what I call anyone that's not a tank pretty much. And we're just going to shoot. I do a quick check of my team, make sure everyone's still alive and dandy, and we're just going to shoot at them. Now we see you got a lot of people come here, so I shoot my slow field out to try and apprehend them a bit better, and I put my shield up. Now you notice I put my shield in that specific location to extend this wall and give us a better vantage point. That's how I use the environment to my advantage. Now I'm going in with my pummel mode because I feel like they have some weaknesses, and unfortunately I was wrong, so I start retreating. So I go behind a wall, the Lucio follows me at low health, which is a really dumb idea. Their diva comes up, and I put up my shield to try and defend myself better and push her back. After that, I get some heals, and I go in trying to punish them where they're weak. I go on trying to get the diva, but unfortunately she's a bit too agile for me. She does end up getting her mech back, but you know, it's okay. It's all right. It's all right, because literally not even 5 seconds later, her mech is taken away from her again, which is wonderful to see. After that, I see them all grouped up, so I put my shield to add some defense. Unfortunately, they just retreat, which makes that kind of useless, but live, laugh, love. I see they're all grouped up here, so I want to go and use my pummel ability to try and destroy as many people as I can. Unfortunately, they apprehend me pretty nicely. I use my mitigation so I can get out of there a bit, and luckily my Life Weaver ults and saves my booty hole. At this point, I'm a little frazzled. I thought I was going to die there. Everybody's ulting. I don't know what's going on. I'm trying to survive. I see some cover. I'm going to try and go for it because, but luckily they don't all focus on me, just the diva. And I'm able to actually get out of this situation alive. I use my defense ability. Then my ult comes up and Kiriko ults, which gives me a cue to just go for it. So I start pummeling. I just start blasting with my fist. You know, I punch, 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 and destroy all of them. Take advantage of every single buff I have, and we win the cap. Now, as the enemies come back, you'll see I do another pro strat here, which is moving out of a damaging field. That's another really, really difficult thing to do that a lot of people don't know how to do, but it's a really good technique. I highly recommend practicing it. You see their diva just ran in and ulted, not a really good one. This diva really isn't good. You'll notice that throughout the game, unfortunately. But I go into my damage resisting mode and I start blasting again. They go around here. I go through there to try and beat him up a bit more. The Genji ends up being a bit too mobile for me to get, but I do put up my slow field. I do try and get some kills where I can. And at this point, they're so low that I just want to punish them for having their teammates be dead. The diva gets her mech back. I put up my shield to mitigate some damage. Diva's on me. Everyone's on me. I'm retreating using my block ability. And we're just going to try and stay safe and use the cover in the middle of the arena to try and exist a bit better. I've noticed now that my punches don't get applied by Diva's defense matrix. So we kind of just really punish her for that while she's trying to retreat. I'm still able to damage her. It's really, really wonderful. At this point, we're really just trying to defend our cap. I see two people grouped up, so I try to use my pummel since it pierces, and I'm unfortunately unable to get this Genji because he's a bit too mobile. I shove my slow field out to try and do something. I put my shield to try and block some points, but I notice I'm in a damaging field, so I use that pro strat of pressing S and retreating from there. Really, really helpful again. And at this point, we're really just firing from this little peeky hole right here. I'm going against a diva. She's absorbing all my shots, but she's not really getting too much damage in, so it works out fine. I put in my shield here to create a little bit of a hidey hole for myself that I can safely poke through, and then I kind of just go in for it because they're kind of weak, they're kind of retreating. I want to punish them for that, and that's what Ramattra is really good at doing. I shoot out a slow field while they're all grouped up to get as much value from that as possible. I put in my shield to do some damage, but I know someone going around here, so I'm going to go and apprehend them. My ultimate is ready, so I go for it. I start blasting, I beat them all up, take advantage of everything I can, and that pretty much is the round. So the lesson for this one is take advantage of any holes they have in their team, punish them for letting their teammates die, and use the environment to your advantage. So I wanted to take the criticism that not every hero in Overwatch has a shield, so I decided to go in with Orisa, who's another tank I'm pretty decent at, and we're just going to try and beat him up, girl boss and slay queen, and I'm actually able to do it very, very effectively with one pro strat, which we will get into once the time comes to it. But for now, we're just kind of heading to the objective. I do want to reiterate, I only have about 30 hours in Overwatch. I'm not a genius. I don't know any of these maps very well, so I'm just kind of doing what I can and finding what cover I can, and I kind of stick by this wall a lot. So we're going in, we're shooting, we're javelining, we're blasting. There's not really a whole lot going on here. I'm not able to make a lot of space because unfortunately my team is not able to really get any kills off. It really sucks. We're trying to get the Lucio, but unfortunately D.Va is really good at protecting him and he's really good at positioning himself. So we're kind of really stuck here. We're shooting on a wall and we can't really break through. I retreat. I wait for my cooldowns to get back because going in without cooldowns is pretty much a death sentence. I miss a javelin. I keep getting bounced about by Lucio. They just have a lot of pressure on the point and it's not really fun. I notice I'm getting apprehended. I use my defensive ability to try and retreat a bit. I keep trying to do it. But I just don't work. So Overwatch has this really unique feature where if the character you're playing is getting countered and just not able to do anything well, you can actually swap your character mid-match. It's really, really crazy. I didn't know about this, but apparently you can do that. So I swapped to Ramattra because I was tired of getting pushed around. I realized I was not able to cap. I did not have the defensive abilities necessary. I needed a shield. So I swapped to a champion that has a shield. I know it's a hero. I play paladins. Forgive me. Live, laugh, love. And again, with the brick wall that we're shooting here, I go around to the left, I draw their fire this way, and that allows my team to get the push. Another thing in Overwatch that so little people know is that you need to flank. You can't just shoot at the tank and expect anything to happen. You need to draw their fire so that your team can take advantage of their diverted focus. Regardless, I still do get pushed back because I get attacked. D.Va goes for a D.Va bomb, and we get the life grip of the year here. Oh my gosh, that was such an amazing save. I love this life weaver. Was really a girl boss without this match. It was wonderful. And after that, we go on, try to apprehend, try to take the point, using the cover so I'm not getting just full on destroyed. But when I see an opening, I go for it with my pummel. I punch, I punch, I punch, I destroy, I destroy, I destroy. My team is able to take advantage of the space I've created and the slow field I put down to actually get some kills. I take this moment of calm to tell our life weaver that was a slay life grip. They really saved my life there. If you tell people that they do good things, then they're going to do them more often. So, you know, people are really susceptible to like the Pavlov dog treatment. It's surprising. So they're all in this space. I'm trying to push forward so that they can't really do too much about that. I don't want them to get back on the point. I don't want them to even dream about getting a cap. So I'm pushing, I'm retreating when my cooldowns are up. I'm defending as best I can. I put in my shield to get a good vantage point so they can't shoot me too much. I notice they're all going over here, and they just kind of let me smack their butts from behind. So I go in and I do that. My ultimate is ready. I instantly ult because there's a bunch of them right here that I can use it on. I do get pretty low here, so I start to fall back. I use this wall here to my right for cover, and I check on my team, make sure everyone's doing all right. And we're girl bossing pretty darn hard because I created a lot of space there. Now we're going to go in, try and apprehend their soldier 76, which, I don't know. He kind of exists there. But yeah, we put a slow field out, take advantage of the fact that they're all grouped up so that they can get as many open targets as possible. Nothing really happens from it, but it's all right. We're going for the Moira here. She retreats. I just punish them. I just punish them for retreating. I punish them for letting a teammate die. I punish them for not having enough people alive at the moment. And that's really all you got to do. At this point, Kiriko ults, that gives me the go ahead to push. D.Va goes in, but I know she's kind of going in alone. So I'm going to take this advantage to just slam a cow into their back line. This dude, for some reason, doesn't pick up the health pack that was one step to his left, so I nap it so he can't. They did get some kills, unfortunately, but I come back. We're able to apprehend Hanzo, and Really, everyone's here. It's wonderful. Like, it's like Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Everyone is here. Everyone is here for me to spank with my fists. And that's pretty much the game at that point. So I go on, I look on our back line and make sure we don't have any flankers. No one's in there causing any trouble. We're all good and dandy. You know, life is nice. Life is peaceful. It's a beautiful beachy day. And then people start coming again. I'm not sure if I want to really push too far here or stay back. Diva answers that question for me. She rushes in alone. So I'm like, hey, bestie, let's go for it. You know, I do get pushed back as my health gets decently low and I want to just, you know, play it a bit safer. She goes for a diva bomb. I back away. It literally does nothing to me. I get some heals and we're kind of girl bossing, except I notice this little mosquito of a soldier on our right. He's poking at our back line. I don't like that. I go to spank him, but Sojourn, I think that's Sojourn. She's like, hey, I want to fight you. And I'm like, okay, bestie, if you want. Yeah. So Lucio's trying to cause trouble. I'm able to get him. At this point, Diva is completely alone. There's nothing she can do. I'm not able to, you know, get the slow field on her as she gets out of her mech, which is unfortunate. But despite Mora's attempts, she dies and we win. I forget what my emote keybind is and I go and I do an emote because we slayed, we girl bossed, we really killed that one. Yay! I try to get this kill. I don't get this kill. I do commend my supports because they both slayed really hard. Then I go on and give a GG's girl bosses in the endgame chat because it's always important to be positive in this game unless you lose. Then you call the enemy team a hacker because it most definitely did. And yeah, Soldier got the whatever. I don't care. Bye. So as you see, I was able to use all of the things I described to properly win that match. I was using cover. I was waiting for my team to heal me before pushing in. I was taking advantage of holes in the enemy team, and I was using my defensive abilities properly when I noticed I was being really apprehended. I retreated a lot. You saw I was going back and forth on the point, off the point. I was falling back a lot because I knew I was gonna die if I didn't. And I only really pushed when I noticed they had a weakness to take advantage of. Yes, unfortunately, a lot of tank heroes don't have shields in this game. So you either A, change your hero, or B, change your play style. If you don't have a good shield to play around on the point, then don't play on the point. Your champion isn't designed to be played on the point. In Paladins, we call them off tanks. In Overwatch, I believe they're called dive tanks. You're not gonna be able to capture the point if you don't have a good shield to work around. So play off the point, flank a bit, and get some holes, get some openings in their team, and then go on the point and punish that weakness. And that's gonna be it for this one. If you guys want me to do one in DPS and support, I can try, but I'm a Moira one trick, and I'm just not good at DPS in Overwatch. But my video was mainly to tank players that you need to play around your support a bit better in order to really flourish. I did get lucky. I did have some pretty awesome supports on my team, but they had a good team too. Their team was doing fine. It was their tank that was a real problem. She was not playing a character that was good at countering me, and she was also just pushing way too far. She wasn't playing smartly. She wasn't using her surroundings to her advantage at all. So just keep this stuff in mind, you know, manage your cooldowns properly and use the environment to your advantage. It's there for a reason. That's part of the map design. Until next time, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. I have other stuff here on YouTube. I stream on Twitch around 4 days a week, and I'm pretty darn active on Twitter. I do post on TikTok every now and then, but majority of my stuff is going to be on the other three. If you guys like this kind of video, let me know in the comments. I could make more things like this, I suppose, although I'd probably start making them about Paladins. Paladins is my main game. I really like that one. I have a lot more fun with it. If you are an Overwatch fan, I do have an entire series dedicated to comparing similar champions, which is a fun little battle-y type scenario. Otherwise, I post highlights and stuff here. So I don't know, stick around. Subscribe if you want more from me. Like if you like the video. I don't really care. Live, laugh, love. I don't know. Bye. Thank you for watching. Bye.